Today I'm getting my next wild Mustang. I had participated in the Bureau of Land Management's online corral a couple months ago.
There is 20 seconds left. I am winning.
I was bidding on a seemingly plain Mustang with one other bid against it. She's a 4-year-old 14-hand mare from Goshoot, Nevada.
I just won.
All right, so I'm currently waiting on the black mare to arrive. I feel like I have no idea what she looks like. All the photos I've seen of her haven't been very clear and good, so I'm gonna be surprised when she comes. And I think I hear her coming right now.
Back in truck, all right. Oh, wow, nice. All right, I told you it was a 7500. I knew it.
I wasn't able to attend the Pennsylvania pickup event, so I used Wild Horse Transportation to haul my Mustang. As the name implies, Wild Horse Transportation specializes in transporting wild Mustangs, although they also do transport domesticated horses as well. The company is based out of New England, which is a huge service for New Englanders. It can be really hard to get wild Mustangs into this area, and having a service that delivers wild Mustangs from a somewhat close location is incredibly helpful. It's because of this company that I was able to adopt my very first Mustangs, Libby and Frieda. Oh wow, she's different than, her legs must have been so muddy, I didn't even know she had a white sock. One thing that you might notice right away is how skinny she is. While she is skinny and needs to put on some weight, the other thing that makes her look not so great is the fact that she has a pretty empty belly. That's not a huge surprise considering she's traveled over 3,000 miles in probably less than a week. She's traveled all the way from Carson City, Nevada, which borders California, to Pennsylvania, and then now up to northern Vermont. That trip can take a toll on any horse, but imagine what that's like for a wild Mustang. They are already fearful and probably feeding into each other's fear, not to mention figuring out their herd dynamics in a new place. An empty belly doesn't occur overnight, so I suspect it's been a few days since she was eating well. I'm also curious if this is an indicator of her status in the herd. Perhaps she's lower in the herd ranks and more submissive. I'm just making a few guesses right now. Another thing is she's probably pretty dehydrated from her travels. It's challenging enough keeping a domesticated horse hydrated on a trip, but even more so for a Mustang. When a new horse arrives, it's really important to keep an eye on them and make sure that they're eating and drinking and also passing manure. Okay, my first reaction is she seems really sweet. She's been very attentive towards me. I'm surprised to see this sock. I didn't know she had that. One of my other first reactions to seeing her was thinking how much she reminded me of one of my former Mustangs, Frieda. Her build is a lot more refined than my Devil's Garden Mustangs and really looks like the adult version of Frieda. Now, Mustangs can really vary in their temperament and build. There is a lot of diversity among Mustangs, and they can really vary in their breed influences. I love seeing the DNA reports that people pull on their Mustangs. When I went inside, one of the first things I did was add labels to a map to compare the locations of where my Mustangs originated from. Libby was from Green Mountain, Wyoming. Frieda was from Swazi, Utah. Merlin, Sparrow, and Jaeger were from Devil's Garden in California. And this girl is from Goshoot in Nevada. I would have loved to have a DNA report on Frieda and then this horse to see if there are any similarities. I had placed her hay in the trough, and she was weary of it at first. However, it wasn't long before she moseyed her way over and grabbed a snack. It took her a few approaches to get comfortable with the trough, but it wasn't long before she was happily eating. Until I name her, I've been calling her Black Mare, which I know is incredibly creative. Now, this is the first video on a series of Black Mare. Be sure to subscribe if you want to see all of her videos. On my channel, I gentle wild Mustangs and then make them available for adoption to safe, quality homes. So Black Mare will be available for adoption when her gentling is complete. So Black Mare arrived early in the morning, and today she's really just settling in and catching up on some eating. I have a part 2 video for her first day here in Vermont that I plan on posting soon, so I will see you then. Thanks for watching.